Hi again. So we've got our data table or column headings done. And now I think what we'll do is get some data in here and start processing it. Okay. Um, so you know what I'm going to do? I can make this a little bigger so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. So the surface area to volume ratio for the small cube was 6.06. How did I do that over here? Yeah, 6.0. Okay. Um, so with the data that I have from last year, we had 10 groups. So I'm going to show you how to enter data really simply. I've just got the first two cells showing sixes. And if you hover your mouse on that little blue square right there, notice how it changes to that black X. So once you hover there, you can click and drag down so that you fill 10 cells. And Excel is smart enough to know that you want sixes in all of those cells. Essentially, you're telling it, whatever you have here, just continue it down there. Now, do I have 10? 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10. Good. Surface area to volume ratio for the medium cube was 3. So just going to type 3 and 3, and then that's enough of a pattern for Excel to understand what I want. And so magically, there's 10 threes. And then the last one I think is 2. 2. Surface area to volume ratio. All the way down to here. And that should be, oops, I missed it. Right there, click and drag to here. Yeah. Okay. Now, we can show those to one decimal place. So I'm going to highlight the whole data set. And up here, there's a button right here that's going to give us increase number of decimal places. Bam. And it just popped out the 0.0. Okay? So surface area to volume ratio, surface area of the small cube, if you think about it, 1 times 1 equals 1 times 6 sides gives us a surface area of 6 divided by the volume of that cube. So the volume of that cube is 1 cubed. So 1 cubed is 1. So 6 divided by 1 is 6. That's how I got that number. Okay? We can talk more about that in class if you don't understand where those numbers came from, but surface area to volume ratio. Now, you guys will have your own class data to put into this column. I'm going to use the data that I have from last year. So I'm just going to highlight all of this data, right-click, copy, and right-click, paste, and there it is. Don't worry about those lines; those are borders. We'll handle those a little bit later on. Okay, so I have data to work with. Push escape there. Get that out of the way. Still have this funny print area thing here. Sorry about that. Okay, so now that's our process data. This was our independent variable, and this was the raw dependent variable. Okay, so that would be the width of the remaining pink color. So when you guys sliced the agar cubes in half, measured the side of the inner pink shape, this would just be, well, the length of one of those sides. Okay, so the volume and the volume that remained pink. Okay, so just got to refresh my memory here. The volume, right? So we need the volume, the original volume of the cube. So again, our small cube was 1 centimeter cubed. So what you're going to do here in Excel is type an equals sign, and that lets Excel know that you're going to do a calculation in this cell. So equals 1, that was the side length of the cube. Now I'm going to hit Shift 6 to get that little arrow up, and then 3 for cube. So this is essentially 1 cubed. I'm going to hit Enter, and there it is. Okay. Now I think if I grab my little pull down thing and go to here, it'll just fill that in for me. So those are all, that's the volume of all of the small cubes. So I pulled it down to that 6. So all of the cubes had a surface area volume ratio of 6. Their volume was 1. Okay. Here, the medium cube equals, that was a 2 centimeter cube, shift 6 to the 3. So the volume of that cube, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Click and drag that down. And last one equals, that was a 3 centimeter cube raised to the cubed power. 3 cubed is 27. So there's the volumes of our cubes. Okay. Now, volume that remained pink is a little bit more complicated. Not really. So this one, the volume that remained pink, equals this number. So I'm going to click on that cell. Notice that Excel put the cell reference in, equals cell B4, and then again, shift 6, cubed. So it's going to take whatever value I have in that B4 cell and cube it. So I'll hit enter. Okay, never mind the decimal places for now. I'll handle that in a bit. I'm going to pull this down all the way to the bottom of my data set, and it should populate that. So it's always, if I click on any one of these cells, like this one randomly, it's taking cell B30 and cubing it, and B30 is right here. So it's cubing that. This cell, B31 cubed, bam, no problem. Okay, I'm going to leave, those decimal places are a little ugly. We're going to leave those be for now. Just run some calculations. Diffused volume, so we have the total volume, we have the volume that remained pink, and the diffused volume. So to calculate that, what do? Equals this, take away, so that's just typing a hyphen, this, enter, done. And look how easy it is to process data in Excel rather than doing that by hand 30 times. You can just pull the little thinger down. Quickly run through the rest of these calculations. Percentage volume diffused. So this is the volume diffused. The question is, what percentage of the whole was that? So what we're going to do is equals this cell divided by is a slash, so just type a slash, divided by the total volume. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to put those in brackets and then multiply, which is shift 8 by 100. So before I hit enter, so we're going to take E4, that's this volume, diffused volume, divided by the total volume, times 100. So it was 78.4% diffused. And again, grab the little thing, oops, there it is, pull it down, and there we go. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for this one. We'll do the mean and standard deviation in the next screencast.